Hello, friends. Привет, друзья. Please let me know if you hear me well and see me. Just write something in chat so I know that everything is fine. Okay. I thank you so much that you let me know that everything is fine. Good that you can hear me. I would like to tell you at the beginning that I'm very glad to see you all here. With some of you, we already communicated in Instagram, in WhatsApp, in emails. And thanks for joining this webinar, because I know that we have the time difference, and now in some countries it's already late, in some countries it's earlier. So I really appreciate this. Today our webinar is about how to learn Russian in 3 months. And you know, during this time when I advertised this program, this webinar, I received some messages that it's impossible to learn Russian in 3 months. Yes, it's a very short period for learning the language, but I stress the information that this is the beginner's level, the basics that will give you the possibility to communicate in everyday situations. It's not like some very complicated sentences or reading Russian classic books. It's just for communication, for survival. And this is a good start if you want to go deeper into the language. So I congratulate all of you with the start of the webinar, and let's have a look at the next thing. It's who starts learning Russian. Nowadays in the world, English language is the leading one, and this is true. This is the language of business. This is the language of communication in the sphere of tourism, everywhere. But anyway, people learn Russian. And when I started to teach Russian, I was surprised that so many people want to learn it. If it's not a secret from you, I would appreciate if you write in the chat why you would like to learn Russian. And after this webinar, if you were afraid to start learning this language, believe me, you will feel much more relaxed, and you will not have this fear of learning this very, very difficult language. I will tell you that there is nothing so dangerous in learning Russian language. It's just necessary to start. And today we will just lose this fear. So I see that some people already answer my question. Relationship, to improve myself. Yes, this is very good reason. Relationship and work, thank you. Hobby, you know, I also have this hobby of learning languages. And if you would see the books that I have here, these books are of different languages, because I all the time learn something. You know, I even learn Chinese language. And I can tell you that Russian is much easier. Pushkin literature, wonderful, wonderful. Russian classical literature, this is power. So I have divided these people who want to learn Russian in 5 groups. First of all, relationship. You even cannot imagine how many people build international marriages, international relationships. I have students that started to learn Russian language because they got married, for example, to a Russian-speaking woman, and from time to time they communicate with the relatives. And people don't want to burden their wives into translation. They want to be able themselves to say hello, to ask about how are you, to tell about themselves, to do something simple. And to talk with the relatives, to be closer to them. This is very important, very important. Next, studies. Many students from all over the world come to Russia, to Ukraine, to Belarus, to Kazakhstan. They come for studies. Personally, I live in Odessa. And here we have the medical university, the polytechnical university, where we have students from all over the world. And of course, when students come here from their native country, from their motherland, they need some instrument to talk, just the basic instrument, to go to the shop, just to talk to the neighbors, whatever. It's very important, and it gives you more relaxed feeling of yourself, that you can communicate with people. And in case of problems, you can explain. Then work. English is, of course, #1, but anyway, Russian language is also very important, because these countries that speak Russian language, it's not only Russia. These are the countries of previous Soviet Union, and they all speak Russian. And this is, for example, in Turkey. It's very important, because I see that we have many people from Turkey. In Turkey, it's very important to speak Russian language, because you have tourists from Russian-speaking countries. You have trade with Russian countries, etc. And of course, for your career, it's much better to know not only English, but also Russian. Then traveling. Some people don't limit themselves only with the English language, and they learn other languages. And Russian is one of the languages that is good for traveling, because in many countries, Russian is spoken. And when foreigners come, for example, to Ukraine, they discover that not many people speak English, and this is truth. There is the simple answer why, because those people who are in their 40s, 30s even, and older, they did not learn English language at school like now children do. That's why they don't speak any foreign language, most of people. And when you come here, you are a foreigner and you speak some Russian, wow, it's amazing, and people really appreciate it. And of course, the next group is hobby. Hobby for those people who like learning something all the time. And I'm one of those people. For me, languages is #1 hobby. All the time I learn something, and I see that there are many of you that do the same. So we are not crazy, and we just like learning things. I see that people write that, yeah, Russian is very important, especially if you work in this sphere. That's right. And let's have a very short lesson. I'm sure that you already know these words, but anyway, in Russian, hi, this is just привет. If it's not difficult for you, repeat привет. And this is informal way of greeting to your friends, to people whom you know, informal way. And there is much more complicated word that means hello. It's much more formal, and it sounds like здравствуйте. You can repeat as well, здравствуйте. So when you go to the university, when you meet your teacher, you should say здравствуйте. I'm sure that from you that will sound very correctly and very nice. So this was just a little bit of Russian language. Now let me tell you a little more about me and why I have the right to teach Russian. I'm not just a native speaker. I'm also a qualified philologist. I studied at the university, I have the diploma, I have the certificates that give me the rights to teach. And I'm also a certified teacher of Russian language for foreigners, because it's one thing when you teach, for example, English language, and it's completely another thing when you teach Russian language. Many people who are native speakers, they can't teach Russian because they don't know how to do it. They don't know the system, how to explain to foreigners all the special things about Russian language. I see that voice is equal. Maybe this is because I talk very loudly. You know, when I communicate with my students online, I'm always like very loud, trying to reach them through the webcam and through all miles that are between us. And I will speak a little bit in a lower voice, not very loud, so you don't have this echo. I have experience, huge experience in teaching, because I've been doing this since graduation from the university, and I graduated in 2011. And I had many students, hundreds of students since that time. Also, I have experience in interpreting, notary translation, even I did very serious jobs. Also, I worked as a TV host. I had the projects, and I can speak not only Russian but Ukrainian language, and also event host. That's why for me it's very important to teach my students to pronounce the words nice. And was not clear, but can you understand me? I hope that you can understand, because to be true, I'm not that good at computers, and for the moment, thank you. For the moment, I don't know what to do if there is some problem. I'm arranging everything myself. Okay. So, why people decide not to start learning Russian language? And there is a very good saying of Nietzsche. This is: all difficulties are the steps that allow us to grow up. That's why those people who are not afraid to start difficult things, they grow up, and not only in learning the language, in everything. Don't be afraid to start something difficult. So why people say, no, I won't learn Russian language? First of all, it's considered that Russian language is third most difficult language in the world after Chinese and Arabic language. I can agree with that because I learned both Arabic and Chinese, and oh my God, what is there? So Russian is not that difficult. Second, Cyrillic alphabet. Many people are just scared and they think that it's impossible. But believe me, it's possible. I have so many examples when students at the beginning were just scared of this Cyrillic alphabets, of the letters, that they said, no, I don't want. But after some time, when I showed to them that the letter just shows that sound, and you can pronounce that sound, we can practice that sound. When people come, we go to the next point, pronunciation. When people come and they are from different countries, they have their own difficulties in pronouncing. And okay, just let me refresh. I will just. Okay, I have restarted. I have restarted the voice, and I hope that it's better now. Good, thank you. Thanks for your replies, because for me everything is fine, and I would like everything to be good for you as well. So people from different countries really have some difficulties in pronouncing some sounds. For example, for people who are from Spain, Mexico, Spanish-speaking countries, they have their sounds that they can't pronounce. For people who are from France, there is their special sound. The people who are from Asia are also different problems, but I have students from India, from Mexico, United States, people who speak different language. And with the time, they learn how to pronounce these sounds. And that's not a problem. That's not a point to say, no, I won't start. It's just necessary to do it correctly, step by step, and in the right order. Because when you start not from the necessary step learning the language, it will be like 90% that you will say, no, it's difficult, I can't. Then people say that grammar, Russian grammar is very difficult and it's impossible to learn it, the grammar. It's possible, believe me. The cases, in Russian we have 6 cases, they are difficult, but the key to learn the cases is to use the situations. And students mainly remember the situations in which they use the cases. And this way, they learn all 6 cases. On my course, during these 3 months, we have the period of 3 months, we learn just 3 cases, 3 of 6. This gives opportunity to work on them well and not to mix everything in your head, because it's impossible to learn everything at once. Genders. In Russian language, we have the genders, and some people don't understand why these genders, how to understand if this is feminine gender or if this is neutral, masculine, but there is just a simple rule. Look at the ending. Ending of the word gives you the opportunity to understand what's the gender. That's it. And after some time, people learn it and it becomes very easy. Then verbs. Those people who already learn Russian language, they understand that verbs can be very different, but it's also possible to learn them. Just do it step by step. And this is what I do with my students. How to learn Russian in 3 months? Some people say impossible, and they wrote this to me. And they laughed like, oh, 3 months? It can't be. But again, I tell you, it's about the level. So it's basic level. I don't promise you in 3 months that you will speak Russian like a TV host or like this. During 3 months, you can learn some basic situations, some basic things that will give you possibility to survive in a Russian-speaking environment. And that will give you a possibility to feel able to learn Russian further. So this is a good start. Now let me prove this step by step. So why you can do it. This is my student. She's from South Africa. And we have started learning Russian language long ago, and now she uses it. She studies herself now without me, and she uses it for her work because she's a lawyer and she needs this for work. Have a look. How many people speak Russian language? How many people are native speakers? And how many people use Russian language as the second language? So they have the first one and also Russian as the second. So if I read in the chat that something is with my voice, if someone can advise me what to do with the voice, because I'm the teacher and not the computer master. I don't know what to do in this situation. Okay, ask me to use the microphone. Well, I have one, but it's not here. I don't know where it is, this microphone. But I hope that you can understand me and what I say. Okay. So, good, thank you for that you can understand me. Because my main point is to teach Russian language, and to be true, I'm not very good at technologies, but I do myself. By the way, I have prepared everything myself, the website, the presentation, everything I did myself. I learned how to do it. It was difficult, but anyway. And let's come back. The Russian language is 5th spread in the world, 5th. So it's worth learning. And how many people learn Russian? 39 million people, and you can be one of them. And this is my personal result. This is more than 1,000 students, because I worked with groups. And in groups we have many people, so for these years I had them. And Shungu, this is my student. I'm not sure that she is watching now this webinar, but I'm sure that she remembers me as a teacher. Okay, what you should do and where to start. If you decide to start learning the language, the main rule is just start here and now, and don't postpone it for better times, for Monday, when you come back from the trip, when you graduate, or whatever excuses people say. If you already started Russian, it's better to define your current level. And my advice would be that you don't start with a higher level. Better start with a lower level. If you forgot a little bit Russian language, if you had like some time when you did not learn it, it's better if you start like just a few steps before. So you will refresh all the knowledge that you had, and only on this platform you put new knowledge. Only on this platform. Don't start with a higher level, if your lower level is not fulfilled, it's not completed. It's very bad idea. So better to define your level. And I would advise also to choose your level with the help of the teacher, or with the help of some tests. There are many tests in the internet now, so you can use any of them. And you have to choose how you would like to learn the language. Some people prefer to learn language themselves without any help of the teacher. And in this way, I would advise you to find a good book that will be the resource for you. And don't believe that you can learn the language using some app on your mobile phone. That is the additional way how to learn the language, but not the main one, And when you have decided learning the language, set aims. Set aims and write them on a piece of paper. Write them somewhere, and in some time come back and look at your aims, if you have fulfilled them or not. Now, I would like to give you the example. You can take a piece of paper, for example, and write these points of SMART aims. I'm sure that many of you have heard about this approach of SMART aims. And in learning the language, they are very useful as well. And let's have a look at this guy. This is like a photo of one of my students. but it's not real phone. But I have a real student. His name is Vivek. He is from Mumbai. I see some people from India here. Hello. So I have a real student from Mumbai. He works as a risk analyst manager in an international company with a Russian owner. So this was the key point why he decided to learn Russian. Let's talk about his case, and you will understand how to write the smart aims for him. So Vivek had to think about a specific aim. What was his specific aim? It was to learn Russian at the level that he can communicate at the Russian-speaking office, because his boss owner sometimes sends him to Russia or other offices where they have Russian-speaking people. And once, when he was there, not once, many times, he faced a problem because people communicated in Russian between each other and he could not understand them. He was like an alien for them. And he felt not comfortable in this atmosphere, so he decided to change. His specific aim was to communicate with his colleagues in Russian-speaking offices. And also, when he was traveling for work, for business, it was very difficult for him to communicate with people in a shop, in a restaurant, because they did not speak any English language, and he had problems with that. So he wanted to be understood by people. Then his aim had to be measurable. Measurable, so the question is, when I will understand that my aim is reached? How will I understand that I have done it? And this point is that other people understand you. For him, this was his measurable aim, not passing the tests, not doing some international exams. For him, it was not important. For him, his measurable aim was to be understood by people, to tell them what he wants, to tell them about himself, explain something simply. Achievable aim, so you can achieve it. So it's real. And when he asked me, is it real to learn Russian before I go to my next business trip? That was in 3 months. I told him yes, but we need a plan. We need a plan how to achieve this aim. And achievable aim can be achieved when you set proper time for this aim, when you give enough strength, when you work enough to achieve this aim, then it becomes achievable. Ask yourself a question. Do I want to achieve this aim? Do I need it? How much time am I ready to give to it? Then, relevant. Your aim should be important for you. You should have something good, something worth what you get after learning the language. And if you don't get this good result, so you lose motivation. But when you understand that result makes your life much more interesting, much better, gives you more opportunities at work. So you are a specialist that speak not only English language, but also Russian language. When you can travel to Russian-speaking countries on business or on traveling and communicate with people not having the barriers, this is worth learning. This is worth, really. Because if you don't have this relevant aim, so why should you do this? Why should you spend 2-3 hours and just for nothing? So that's it. Should be relevant for you and very important. Time bond. This is also important because if you just start learning the language, okay, today I do this, tomorrow, oh no, tomorrow I'm busy, then the lesson, I will postpone the lesson because I don't have time, etc. And then after half a year, you understand that you just had a few lessons and the result is nothing because you had very, very big spaces between the lessons and you forgot already what you learned before. This is the biggest problem in learning the language. If you do it not regularly, you will not have the result. You must do everything regularly. 2 times a week, 3 times a week, regularly. This is very important. Better, less time, but regularly, on regular basis. So I hope that you can answer the questions. What is your specific aim? How can you understand that you have reached this aim? Achievable, why you can reach this aim? Important for you aim, and time bond. How much time you need for achieving this aim? And now I would like to talk about the best methods of learning the language fast. This information is not for people who just want to take a magic pill, take it in, drink some water and speak Russian after this. It's impossible. It's really impossible just to download the application on your mobile phone, buy a course online or whatever, do nothing, and your result will be also zero. So if you think that I'm going to give you the method like something do and then you will speak Russian, I can't do this. Nobody can do this. There are the steps and I have 8 of them. My advice is to you of how to learn a foreign language, any, and especially Russian one. So let's have a look. So what is like the most important? This is the structural approach. There should be structure in everything. I don't know why, but for me, structure is most important. When in my head, I know what should be done. Everything has its order, no mess, and your mind is clear. This is important. Structural approach. Choose the main resource, the main book that you will read the information from, that you will learn from, the main book. Because some clever people have composed this book. They have put all the topics in the necessary order. They have put all the grammar in the necessary order. And until you not fulfill the ground floors, you can't move to the up floors. Only step by step, floor by floor, level by level, you can reach your aim. Pronounce everything. It's necessary to read all that you see in the book. Everything, every word. You should open your mouth and pronounce. Pronounce as much as possible. And when you are at home, nobody listens to you and you shouldn't be shy of pronouncing. This is what I did when I learned English language, being, I don't remember, 10 years old. I was learning English on my own with the help of some books, and I was sitting and reading, pronouncing and pronouncing. I did not see any foreigners, English-speaking people until the age of 17. But I could develop my pronunciation in a proper level because I opened my mouth all the time and pronounced the sounds. In all the courses, all books, you have the audio when you can repeat after the speaker. And this is also very important if you repeat after the speaker. Because normally it's native speaker and you can imitate the sounds. Even if some sounds are not very good, but you do your best, you develop your articulation. It takes some time until a foreigner can pronounce some special sounds of another language. And imitating sounds is the most important thing, imitating the sounds and work on problematic sounds. On my Instagram, I had a video where I showed how to pronounce the sound U. This is one of the most difficult sounds in Russian language. And most students tend to pronounce it like E, E. But even the position of lips, you can see the teeth when you pronounce E. When you pronounce U, it's completely different. You see how the throat moves here, U. And with the help of the teacher, you can work on these problematic sounds. So repeat, 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 pronounce, pronounce, pronounce. Make notes. I don't tell you to write like handwriting, and most of people are afraid of it, handwriting, but make notes just for grammar. Take a copybook, any copybook, like a small copybook, take anything, and write the notes for the grammar. You have to highlight some endings, some important information, because this way you will switch on the visual channel, and with your eyes you will take like pictures of what you have done. You will remember where it was read, the ending, you will remember, the ending was this, 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 the structure was like this, and you remember. So make notes of grammar rules. It's very important. And you have this copybook with you at every lesson. If you forget something, you just come back. I understand that nowadays we all have mobile phones, applications, everything, but this is also very important. And I personally do this until now. Next, a list of new words. After each lesson, after each topic, I advise you to make a list of words. It can be in your mobile phone, it can be a file on your computer, whatever, but there should be a list of words with translation. And it's of course good if this list of words has audio, so you can pronounce. I usually make, on my course, I usually send the list of new words to my students and pronunciation. So if we have 10, 15 new words, and I just record these words pronunciation, so you can listen to them when you drive in a traffic jam, and when you have some free time, you just can switch on and listen to these words. Then dialogues and monologues. I practice learning them by heart. Yes, some important topics, for example, the monologues, some important topics like about myself, my name, where I'm from, what I do for a job, what I like, my hobbies. This is a text. The student makes these texts in a simple way, learns by heart, and then retells it to the teacher. How I do this, I ask my students to record. Of course, they can look into some file, but anyway, they do this. And after that, when you get into a situation when you have to tell about yourself, you cannot believe, but this text comes from somewhere to your mind, and you speak exactly how you learned it. When I was at the university, we had a teacher that gave to us the texts, like about, it was the text in English language, the history of Odessa. And the text was big, like 1 page in English. And she told us, learn by heart. And we looked at him, are you crazy? Why do I need to know this? And after some time, when I worked with the tourists, foreign tourists, and we had an excursion around the city. I was looking at this opera house that we have in Odessa, and I was talking the history of this opera house, word by word, how I learned it. So it worked. So it remains in your mind. The same about dialogues. Normally we practice the dialogues like simple phrases. For example, how much is a bottle of water, right? And the answer, I would like this, I would like that. And when you get into a real situation, it comes to your mind. So you spend some time on learning the dialogue of the monologue, but after some time, it gives you the profits. And it's important to create the imitation of real situations, this point, real situations. The language that can't be used in real life is language for nothing. That's why I advise to learn the topics that are important for you and for everyday life. Don't learn the topics that are very, very narrow, that you can't apply into real life. Learn only what is necessary. And the last point is do homework. Homework, it's your success. You should make mistakes, and the teacher will check these mistakes and give you some advices. The teacher will see your weak spots and helps you how to solve these weak spots. So to do homework is very important. If you don't learn the words, if you don't learn some monologues, if you don't read the book and just take what is the lesson, just the information from the lesson, it's like 50% of your work, but you want the result of 100%. Am I right? So it's necessary to work 100% as well. And I advertised my course like Russian in 3 months, and some people did not understand why Russian in 3 months, what's the course about, and why you do this. I do this because I know that people can learn Russian at the basic level in 3 months, and it's real. I have so many students who have done it, but they continue, of course. This is just the start. And after the end of the course, if you decide to take part in it, I have a gift for 3 students. This is the gift, can be a refund, or it can be next level for free. Because after finishing beginner level, the student can take another level. So it's like A1 and then A2. And I like when students dedicate themselves to learning the language. I like when students have good results. They are ready to share these good results, and I am ready to make the gift for them, like to give a refund. And now I'm going to show to you the content of the course that I have created myself and which I practice. This is the Russian language level beginner course, and it takes 3 months. And if you make a decision that you want to be part of this course, you will be more than welcome. Let me show to you. So we have, just a second, how I can remove this. We have, I have the course. Okay, just a second. You see, I should learn also how to use the computer. So let's have a look. Okay. Okay, I think that I have switched off share of the screen. And now I think that, yes, I see that it works, share of the screen. So, what I promised during these 3 months, I am now collecting the groups. Some places were already booked and people are waiting for the start of the course. And after completing the course, you will be able to speak in everyday situations. You will be able to read some simple text, ask and answer the questions, all the basic things, and understand generally what other people say. This is possible in 3 months. So I don't tell you that you will speak like a TV host after these 3 months. For whom is the course? I think that you can see your own profile here. This course is for people who have kind of zero level, or maybe who started learning language, but they forgot a lot of things. They have still difficulties in pronouncing the sounds and reading. So if your level is zero or a little bit more, so this course is for you, because we will start from the scratch. If you need Russian language for your work, for your studies, for traveling, or if you have a Russian wife, or Ukrainian wife, or maybe other family bonds, and you want to speak some Russian, this is also for you, because we will have in our course like the most common situations. What's this red line for? I should remove this. Okay, done. Okay, I've done it myself. You can read more about me. Here is just another picture about my qualifications. And what I have here, this is the program of the course. It's very detailed, so you can see what we are going to do. It's not imaginary something, it's structural, the most important for me. So, duration, 3 months. It has 3 modules, you can see them here. That will be 24 video lessons. They will be recorded and sent to you. You will have, so that is 24 video lessons, that's 2 lessons per week. You will get 2 lessons per week. After each lesson, you will get also the materials, some PDF files, some Word files, additional files, and homework. And you will have to do this homework and send it back to the teacher for checking. Then we will have 12 practical lessons in Zoom. That is 1 lesson per week. So altogether you have, during 3 months, you have 2 video lessons, homeworks. You will get information, you will do the tasks, get the reply from the teacher, and at the practical meeting, we are going to talk. The group that we will have the audio on, the video on, we will practice the dialogues. Please don't write on the screen, because I will have to delete you from our webinar. Don't write on the screen, please. So at the practical lessons, we will talk in Russian. We will use everything what you have learned before, because I think that only video lessons, which you can do when you have time, most of you work, most of you don't have time to come at a specific time and have the online lessons one-to-one with the teacher. But you can learn something from the video lessons and then practice it together with the group 1 time per week. Everything will be recorded in case you can't come for the lesson, for the practical lesson. In this case, you can learn this later and see how other people practice, and you can practice it just by the recording. Also, you will have 3 checkpoints. After each module, you will have to pass a test. And the test will be done successful if it's like not less than 65% of correct answers. Okay, someone is asking if I will get the certificate in the end of the modules. Yes, you can get a certificate in which I will write that you have completed the course. the number of hours of this course, and your level. And also at the end, you will have a final test of the whole course that will show the general picture. How is your level? How are your results? And also it's good when you pass it with 65% or more. You can come to this page. You can open, for example, module 1. You can open it and you can see the content. Have a look. Lesson 1, there is no date because we will start the course when I have the group completed, and we will start the course. What we have here, video lesson, we will have, this is more like phonetic and also greetings, some common phrases. Then you will get lesson materials, homework pages, and audio tasks. At this course, you will have audio tasks where you will have to record, send to me, and I will listen, and I will tell you in response where is the problem, what you should do with this problem. This is personal approach to the work with the student, because, as I told you before, different students have different problems in pronunciation, in pronouncing correctly the sounds, for example, in making the mistakes. Some students understand this material good, this material not. And when I listen to you, I can tell you, you pronounce not correctly, work on it, work on it. So home tasks, it's not only doing some grammar, whatever, it's also the audio. You send to me back and I can check it and give you my recommendations. So you can just come to this page and read, have a look. I have lesson 2, then practical lesson 1. So this is in Zoom, and we will have Q&A session when you can answer the questions to me. For example, you don't understand something in grammar, and you can in real time ask, Marianna, I don't understand why here is like this and why here is like that. And I will explain to you. And all students can ask questions. I will explain these questions and it will become clear in your mind. So this also kind of personal approach, because if you have only the application or if you have only the video lessons, you don't have a real person to whom you can ask if you have some problems and if you don't understand something. So here you see I have already the full program. At the end of each module, checkpoint 1 test. Then we come to another one. Then what you should do during the course. Here are just simple steps. What you should do. You should watch the videos, do practical tasks, because during my videos, I will ask you, repeat after me. Because you have to do this, repeat after me. The words, the phrases, everything. You will have to repeat. You shouldn't just sit and listen, because it's necessary to switch on listening. Visual, when you will look at what to repeat, and pronunciation. Only if when you have all these channels switched on, you will start remembering. Then you have to do the homework and send this homework to the teacher, learn the words, and then get the teacher's feedback as well. Before the practical lessons, you should prepare your questions if you have, and during the lesson, take part in the lesson and communicate with the whole group. Before every checkpoint, which we have 3 on the course, you have to repeat all the material, but I think that it's clear that repetition is the mother of learning. And of course, you have to follow the personal recommendations of the teacher. Someone asked, okay, if the lessons are going to be on the Zoom, you will get 2 video lessons per a week. 2 video lessons per a week. You can listen to them, do the tasks wherever you want, but better before the next lesson. And you will have 1 Zoom lesson a week. 1 Zoom lesson a week. In a group, we will choose the time that is much better for all, because I understand that we are here people from different countries, different time zones, and it's necessary to choose the best time for all of us. Groups are not big, so I'm sure that we will find their solution. The studies will include alphabet, because we start from the scratch, and we will learn how to pronounce, how to read at the very beginning, of course, because we can't go further. This is the level from zero. So if you are zero level or a little bit more, so we start with just nothing, and we learn step by step. Writing, no, there won't be handwriting. We will use the virtual keyboard if necessary to make some, to change some endings. So we will use this point. How you will watch the videos, I will send to you the links to my video lessons. So we will have the schedule. I think that the schedule is, for example, on Tuesday you get the video lesson, and on Thursday or Friday you get a video lesson. So you have time between the lessons to do the homework, to send it to the teacher. And I take responsibility to reply to you within 2 days. Within 2 days, I reply this. We will have a Telegram chat for the group, and in this Telegram chat I will send all the materials for you in this Telegram channel. Okay, and you can ask the questions there. So after completing the course, you will be able to speak Russian in simple everyday situations. You see, I like cats. You will be able to read simple texts because you will know how to read them. What is good about Russian language? If you know the letters, how to pronounce them, you can read. You will be able to ask and answer questions in everyday situations. The most common, by the way, you can see the lexical topics also in the program of the course. And you will be able to understand what other people say. Yes, I see that there are people who also like cats. Also on the course, after 2 months, when you will already have some vocabulary, I will be giving to you additional materials. These are short texts, not like novels, classical novels, no. These will be short texts that are adapted for foreign learners, with some translation of the words. If they were not on the course, they are adapted for foreigners. They are simple. Okay. Here I have also the reviews of my students. You can also read these reviews. They are on my website. They are satisfied. They, for example, traveled to Ukraine, and there was a student that traveled to Odessa. You can see some videos with this student on the Instagram, and he speaks Russian, and he wants even to move to Odessa because he's free about the place where he can live. So you can read some reviews here. The course starts in September. Here is a short video where I show the difference between the packages. And there are 3 packages of different costs. This is for 3 months. The standard one does not include Zoom. So this is and does not include the homework check, like no contact with the teacher at all. And this one, the premium one, it includes already the Zoom sessions. You can take part in Zoom sessions. You will be in Telegram chat, and your homeworks, what is most important, your homeworks will be checked. You will get personal response from the teacher, and you will be able to ask your questions at the Zoom sessions, at the Telegram chat. So it is like almost full service. And the elite one, what is the difference? It includes everything what the previous one includes, but also 6 personal hours with the teacher in Zoom. We will make a schedule when we have these classes, 6 classes, so that are 2 classes per month, right? 2 classes per month, personal classes, and also personal communication with the teacher in direct messages in Telegram. So this is the difference between them. So if you are ready to start learning Russian, you just go to my website, read everything carefully, think if you want to be with us. I think that we will start in around 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, and just take the first step. You press here, participate, and you will be with us. I will book the place for you. The number of students is limited because for myself, it takes time to check all the homeworks, to arrange good quality Zoom with not many people in the group. So every person can communicate, every person can take part in the dialogue. That's why the groups won't be very big. And this is, I think, very valuable to study in a small group. And the next level will be after completing this course. And personally, I can't tell you when this course will be again, but not earlier than in like 3 months, maybe 2 months, not earlier. So you have time to think of it. You can ask me the questions in Instagram. You can reply to the messages. I read the messages because, as I tell you, not the robot does everything. I do everything myself. I send the messages, I compose the messages, I keep in touch with the students because I think that personal communication and like live communication, this is the most important because we all are people, and personally I would not like to talk with a machine, and I prefer to talk to real people who understand my needs. I can understand your needs, I can help you, I can hear where you have weak spots and tell you, go to this direction, go to this direction, because I like when my students make results, and when they send to me the messages, oh, I'm in Ukraine, I was in a restaurant, yes, I can tell some basic things, I can order food, I can talk to people there, I understand what my wife is talking with her girlfriend, and this is really great. This is cool, and I want my students to have results. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. I like everything to be on time, to start on time, and to be finished on time. And please, I will send, okay, I need to copy the link to the website, but the link to the website is also on my Instagram and also on my Facebook page. I will send it also now to Telegram channel. So you can go on this link and read more information about the you can read more information about the course. And take the first step, become a student of Russian language level beginner course with Marianna Poliakova, that's me. Thank you so much for joining this webinar. I hope that it was helpful and you won't be afraid of starting learning language, Russian language. And I will help you to do this in quite short time. Thank you very much. You see, it's dark already. It was sunny, and now it's dark outside. Have a good evening. Enjoy the rest of the day, or good night for whom it's night. And I was really happy to share this webinar with you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Goodbye.